Chritian, what an honor it is to have a star of Amazon Primes. Oh my God. A league of their own. But we know her.
Okay, I thought you were just going to say Amazon Prime, the company.
That's it, bro. Oh my God, dude.
She's shopping on Amazon Prime all day long. She is a star on the platform.
The number one office manager at the Amazon Prime offices. You guys got to see it. No, this is an absolute honor that we both get to meet her. And don't worry about that. You're in a box, Chritian. Ladies and gentlemen, I know her from the stage. I know her from these hilarious videos she puts on her Instagram that I can't believe people keep asking you questions. She's also my wife's friend, which is probably the top of your resume. Lil Frex, everybody.
Thank you so much for having me.
This is it.
Frex.
This is huge.
This is the name in soccer.
Some of you might remember her from the last World Cup on the women's national team, right?
Yes.
I'm sure.
I was a walk-on at Fairfield, and I joined the women's national team.
Yeah.
Wow.
Incredible.
Interesting. Similar to Matt Turner, which
That's
is pretty
why
awesome.
I was. Isn't that crazy? Okay, so literally been watching soccer 6 days. I know everything.
Yeah. Well, let's give the audience a little bit
I
of
have something to say about Matt Turner, but go ahead.
Okay. Let's make it positive because he's our friend.
No, it is going to be positive.
Cool. So let me give some context for everyone watching or listening. Lil Frex I've known for a while now. We've never once spoken about soccer, but all of a sudden, during the World Cup, you have nothing to do.
Nothing.
So you
Not a thing.
decided to, for the first time in your life, watch what you didn't even know the World Cup existed before this. And now all of a sudden you are all in. You're talking about Mbappe. You're talking about Messi.
I'm talking about it all. I'm talking deep stats, deep
Yeah.
cuts. I'm
You're
talking
betting?
narratives.
You're
I'm
gambling?
betting. I'm on DraftKings like you've never seen.
Shouts to DraftKings.
Okay.
That's the reason this network is here.
Yeah.
Shouts to DraftKings. Chritian, this is the first person. We talk about the World Cup bump, the World Cup bounce afterwards.
Right.
This is the first time we're hearing about it. We're seeing it in person.
Very much so. And the fact that she says that, that Frex is saying that we're the name in soccer is already a good sign, okay?
Yep.
It shows that the daily episodes have worked, us exhausting ourselves, me catching COVID, it's all been worth it for this moment.
I've had a bad knee. I've had a bad heel, and now I have a swollen toe. And let me tell you something. All of this, apparently tied to my back, but all this worth it so that someone like Frex could be a fan of the sport.
It is worth it because when the games are over 4 p.m. every day, I feel like a come down and I say, well, where am I going to go for more soccer content?
Yes.
And I've been going to the Cooligans.
There we go. I mean,
And I've known,
thank you for coming in, Frex. That's all you need. No.
What
What are your thoughts on someone who's not watched the sport at all, but all of a sudden you've been thrusted into what I consider is the best World Cup I've ever seen?
Fantastic. What a cup.
Best one I've seen so far. Right?
I sit on the couch. I'm just going to myself, what a cup. Fantastic. And I'm joking around, but I'm being dead serious. I love the World Cup. I don't know if I love soccer yet. We'll see what happens when it's over. But I do know that I love the World Cup.
This is kind of like when it's the Olympics and you watch figure skating. You're not going to follow these people afterwards. But during this moment.
We'll do everything we can to keep you a soccer fan after this World Cup.
I'm going to give it a real go.
Nice.
There's still a lot of entertainment to be had. But I guess my first question, because I think Alexis and I are very much in this soccer bubble. We don't really get to speak to, and I say this with all due respect, normies who are not obsessed with the sport.
Civilians.
Idiots. I was telling him, I worked at a bar during the last World Cup, so it was obviously happening. Didn't even register to me. It did not even raise my consciousnly.
Why is everybody so loud? Why are they wearing the same
Literally,
colors?
people are like, are you playing the game? I'm like, what game? No, we're not.
So my first question to you is, what changed this time? What was it about? Was it a particular moment, a particular match that you were like, wow, all right, I'm going to give this a real shot?
It started just as a decision. I heard that the World Cup was coming up, and this time of year is always kind of slow in the entertainment business. I kind of have a lot of time during the day. We do all our self-generated things, but it doesn't take all day.
No. If my family's listening, I'm busy all day. That's why I don't call. But otherwise,
if we're being honest, it doesn't take all
Which
day.
we do not do on the show.
And I feel, you start to feel a little untethered, a little lost this time of year because you're heading into the holidays, which is very exciting. And I just heard that the World Cup was going to happen. And I started texting my friends, should we get really into the Cup this year? And everyone was like, yeah. Nobody's done it but me. And it took me I just literally said, we're getting into the Cup this year. And then I did nothing about it for days. I didn't watch any of the matches. Then I accurately predicted that Tunisia would win 1-0.
Just randomly.
And that's what happened. And I go, okay, now I'm getting even more in.
I must be a soothsayer.
Then we're getting on DraftKings involved. And then that USA game, the day after Thanksgiving. It was a Friday, so it was just so fun.
Yeah.
I've been in ever since. Every single game, waking up excited like Christmas morning.
So one of my favorite things, Christian, you weren't here for this. Frex hung out with us and watched this last match at the studio. And I referenced the Guardian article about how they hate the coverage. And Frex like, they're talking to me.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. They're talking to me and they got me. I'm in. Exactly. I'm losing hundreds of followers a day because all I do is post about the World Cup. Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody wants to hear it. But I'm passionate and I won't stop. And
that's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
I was telling Alexis. Alexis was like, "Oh, I hate the coverage. Oh, this guy has making some points." I'm like, "Bro, it's not for you. It's not for me."
I want Fox, if they're listening, to know I was not degrading anything about this coverage. I was simply trying to make a counterpoint to Christian. Thank you very much. But this is an example we talk about all the time. It's like, who do you speak to? Do you speak to the diehard soccer fans, or do you speak to the entertainment business person who might be slightly degenerate in gambling before they know the sport and is watching it for the first time? And luckily for you, they are talking to you.
And I'm the hook, line, and sinker. Like, I find it fantastic, the coverage. I find the little jingle fantastic. There's no commercials. What a breath of fresh air.
Yes.
What a breath of fresh air.
Everything
I
that
love
TV channels hate.
But I love that this is this feels like a like a focus group meeting. You know what I mean? Like we're seeing what details you're connecting with. That nobody has mentioned the jingle. It's a pretty it's
solid.
It's like a regional jingle, so it makes you feel like you're there.
It does have a just a smidge of Middle East flavor to it.
Yeah,
but it is universal.
It's universal, yeah.
You slightly forget like the tragedies that led to this World Cup.
Yeah, so that's the other piece.
How much have
what
you
a
heard
narrative.
about that?
I mean, I've heard they're admitting to 600 people died. We know it's in the thousands.
We're getting it up there.
I'm reading the migrant worker accounts. Of what's going on there. They're not even letting them go to the games.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Now, are the players allowed to speak out, or it's not their thing right now?
They
do it in their own ways.
Yeah. They look. This is I was having this conversation with somebody else about like how we tend to get upset with or want more from the players. Like the players should say something, but a lot of these guys, they're kids, they're young. This is their first World Cup, second World Cup. This is such a huge opportunity for them. Why are we blaming the players?
Right.
And why are we asking the players to do anything when the adults, the FIFA adults that should have prevented this from happening, did not?
Right. I agree.
Yeah,
No, it's FIFA's fault. Everyone seems to hate FIFA. I mean,
also, don't fuck up the bag, right? I mean, if you're a player, you're getting paid, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Look, but that's how they put up all those cities, those new cities in the deserts.
100%.
They just bring in migrant workers and they work in 120-degree heat. No, seriously,
what
literally,
they
hold their passports. So
I do like that when you said I'm getting all in on this cup, you even got into the controversy of it.
I think
it's not just about kicking the ball.
Something I love is just the narratives and the storytelling. Like I have Argentina winning my bracket, obviously, because everyone, the story is this is Messi's last cup.
Yes.
And never heard of this man in my life. Apparently the most famous man in the world. Literally, I've never heard of these people. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, that's his name.
I looked my man up. He's 500 million. He's the most famous man in the world.
Yeah.
I go, this information is not getting to the average American. It's not.
What do we have to do? Because I mean, Messi's not a great looking guy. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, no, he's not. But he has the fade, which bumps him up.
Right, he does.
The fade is
You've
so
been big
cute.
on the fade.
Well, see, another big thing into unlocking the cup mentally for me was when I figured out the team formula. 8 fades.
Yes.
1 Pete Davidson. That's frosted tips, full bleach, fun stripe.
Right.
1 Baldy, too old, lot of heart.
Right.
1 wild card. That's a Subway busker with a man bun or a 14-year-old child.
Right.
You could swap it out.
Yeah. Too young to be here?
Literally.
Yeah.
No questions asked, my man.
Yeah.
But no matter what
Frex?
country they're from.
Yeah, I'm saying you should be a general manager. This is, this is a perfect roster right here.
Yeah, that's it. And it doesn't matter like what culture you come from. The Asian countries, instead of doing the fade, they have like a different style, but it's still 8 of that style.
You got 8 of those.
Plus a Baldy, plus a wild card, plus a Subway busker.
Asian Pete Davidson.
Yeah, exactly.
Asian
Literally,
Pete Davidson.
yeah.
I do like that there's some manager going like, damn, we got 2 Pete Davidsons.
Yeah.
We're never going to make it
Sometimes
this
there are 2 Pete Davidsons. I'm going to get him off the field. What are you doing?
Yeah. Frank's is like,
That's why every time the Netherlands, that man with no fade keeps scoring on my country.
Yeah.
Get this guy off the field.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. I love what you just said about the narratives, and I think that is going to be the thing that keeps you watching soccer because the games themselves are they're fun. I mean, people pick apart the things that they really enjoy about the game, but the storylines are the thing that I think don't really make it to an American audience, which is why I think our show exists and what we try to do. But there's just an incredible amount of drama. Like, I'll give you this one. I mean, maybe you heard it at the beginning of the tournament, but there's a player, Ener Valencia. He plays for Ecuador. He notoriously he owed money for child support, and there was a game he
gets better.
He pretended to be injured.
Well, the police were waiting for him to finish the game to arrest him.
In Ecuador.
Copy.
And he gets on like a cart, like an
gurney.
injury cart to get out, like a gurney. And they drive him basically out of the stadium while police are chasing him, and he gets away. And so he is not arrested to pay this child support.
Fantastic.
So that guy scored.
Yeah.
He scored like 4 goals in the World Cup.
Wait, did you see the one about the one? It's like a reel going around. One team dropped the paper. This just happened. The other team picked up the paper, gave it to the coach, and made a last-minute substitution, and they won. I got to look it up what it is.
Because sometimes the coach will give a paper to a player with a note on it.
And they dropped the paper, and you see they did the whole thing of like the kid picks it up, gives it to his coach.
This is what I love about it. I
didn't see this.
There's only like
Genius.
17 rules in the sport, so everything else is just mayhem.
And one of them is you can't run down the middle. Apparently.
Yeah. So Frex has complained quite a bit about playing on the wings. She's like, why doesn't someone just run straight down the middle? Which is a very NFL way of looking at it. But at moments where I'm like, okay, Frex is right now. I mean, we should be playing a bit more centrally.
She's like, why isn't Messi shooting the A gap?
Yeah.
You know?
Sometimes, I mean, obviously easy to say from our vantage point, sitting, eating pretzels. But yeah, sometimes I'm just going, what are they doing? Now, here's a question I have for you. Are they actually running plays, or is it just random?
So there are systems that they play in that where they know, like, if the ball goes here, these people need to do this. So they make adjustments. Okay. But a team like Argentina doesn't really do that. Argentina's like, look, we have Messi, you know what I mean? Right. And everyone else, try your hardest.
Okay.
Give the ball to Messi.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't get in the way of a shot and get open if he has the ball.
Right. Okay.
That's kind of what they do.
Okay, got it.
So I want to make sure we talk about the show you're on, A League of Their Own, because obviously it's about baseball.
Dude, you
Alexis
should pitch that it's about soccer next season.
Right? And it's called A League of My Own, bitch.
There you go.
And it's a soccer show.
Casting's going to be easy. We need 8 fades, 1 Pete Davidson.
Easy. 1 Baldy, 1 child.
So I want to, for also, Darcy Cart is on the show, and she, I believe I think I had her as a improv coach for one session. Literally one of my favorite improvisers when she was at UCB.
She's the best.
It makes me so happy to see her success. One of the best human beings.
Angel on earth.
But since the show is about baseball, Alexis is Cuban, I'm Dominican, and we're into soccer and not really into baseball as much as we were when we were younger.
So we've been disowned by our families.
But how do you feel about baseball nowadays? Because I know a lot of times people complaining it's a little too slow, commercials. Soccer is a little bit more, subjectively, it is more entertaining to me, but how do you feel about it nowadays?
I mean, look, it's hard for me to explain how much I do not care. I'm trying to think of something that means less to me, but it's hard.
Good. All right.
Did you watch it before you had to pretend to play it? In the TV?
No, I did. I watched it, and then I trained with the MLB guy that's like my cousin's friend. Sean Casey's the man in Pittsburgh, which was awesome. And then like we had a coach, Justine Siegel, who's like I think one of the first women MLB coaches. This woman, Justine Siegel. So she was like the coach on the show.
Are you good?
I'm nice. I have wingspan.
Is that helpful in baseball?
It's helpful for everything.
Are you like center fielder, diving catches?
Like yeah.
Yeah, no, she does. Like the Jordan poster.
Yeah, I do have wingspan. That was actually in my audition. They were like, "Do you have baseball experience?" I was like, "I do not, but I have wingspan."
Yeah.
I have wingspan experience.
And they're like, "You booked
How soon can you get here?
Kid, you're the star." What do you think about soccer after the World Cup? There's going to be a little bit of a letdown, but the English League will pretty much start a week later.
And this is a lot of my favorite players, I believe.
Yeah, well, there's certainly, first of all, the league is in English, so it's a little bit easier to follow.
Yeah. Oh, this is a question. What language do they argue with the refs in? English?
Mostly English.
Copy. Okay.
This is a good question. That's a good. A lot of
We've
people
asked
have
players
asked
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's usually the English is kind of the default language, especially at World Cups. But this has been a thing. This is an interesting fact. There was like a game in, I think, the 70s or the 80s that the referees did not all speak the same language, and there was some confusion over a call, and they didn't understand each other, and it led to like the result of a game. Like somebody lost because. So then after that result, FIFA changed the rule that all referees have to speak the same language.
Wow.
But usually for World Cups, English is the default.
Yeah, like the Netherlands team will be arguing to like a Romanian ref in English.
Yeah, that's why I'm always
Yeah.
like, what? I mean, just it's so many levels working.
Yeah.
Wait, what'd you ask? Oh, yeah. Okay, so soccer
How do you
after
think
the
you're
World
gonna?
Cup.
Do you think you're gonna be able to at least try to attempt to
I'm
stick with the
considering
sport?
going to Paris to see Paris Saint Germain.
We've been.
What's it? Saint
Okay.
Germain? Is that the name?
Paris Saint-Germain.
Saint Germain.
Saint-Germain.
I'm a quarter French, so.
There you go. Are you? No, you're
Yes,
not.
I am. I have a grand-mère from Paris.
I don't know what that means.
It means grandma. My grandma's from Paris. I call her grand-mère.
Bro, you come across as 1,050% Irish.
Yeah. Well, except for the 25% grand-mère.
Yeah. I forgot about your grand-mère.
Yeah.
4-cylinder? 6-cylinder? What's the grand-mère? So you're going to go Paris Saint-Germain, which is like...
I mean, wouldn't it be fun?
Dude, first of all their merch is incredible. It's all Jordan brand. Wow. Yeah. And Mbappe plays
That's
there.
why I love Mbappe.
Yeah. Well, it's
And
Mbappe,
I also love
but we'll get there.
Embolo. I also love Embolo. So I loved his narrative because he's from Cameroon.
Right.
He scored on Cameroon. Didn't celebrate. Then I saw him have a great game. So then I started betting on him. And then
Yes.
the last game, he's a ghost. He's nowhere to be found. I said, well, I guess you can't judge everything by one game.
No.
I'm like betting heavy on this man.
And it's been downhill
Yeah,
ever
and
since.
it's but I did have Morocco, which was nice.
There you go. Who do you think is winning this whole thing?
Argentina.
Argentina.
But I have the finals coming down to Argentina, Morocco.
Whoa, hold up.
So
I mean,
Morocco beats Portugal and I'm assuming France.
France or
Yeah,
England?
it's not gonna happen. I did my brackets like I didn't know as much as I know now.
Right,
How did you
right.
pick Argentina? You just assumed they were good at soccer?
Yeah, it just felt like if there was a team, like it just felt like that's their
Yeah.
thing. You know, like they have them playing since birth, since the womb.
Yeah, but it's good that stereotype. We know we learn what the stereo like Argentina.
true.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they go grill meats and they kick a ball. That's it. Put them in there.
Having a good time. They're having
Yeah.
a good time.
How did you feel about the U.S. team? I
was really happy.
Get out of the group, but they lost in the first round.
I was really happy about them.
Yeah?
It was exciting. Like the USA games have been so fun.
They were incredible. Great vibes.
Great vibes.
Any favorite players from the U.S. team?
I liked what's the kid's name? Like it's like
Yunus
a Y.
Yunus Musa.
No,
Yunus
no,
Musa.
no, no.
Yedlin?
With a what?
Yedlin?
Yahweh. Weah.
Tim
Weah.
Weah. Tim Weah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I like Tim
Tim
Weah.
Weah.
Yes.
So New Yorker.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
because I saw him do an interview and he's like, we all meditate together.
Yeah.
We listen to Drake. We do yoga together. I was like, okay, love this team. love my team.
Rex is like, I need to get on the men's national team.
Jeez, I mean, he likes the things I like.
Yeah,
great.
I go, fantastic.
Did you know that his father is a famous soccer player?
Of course not.
Okay. And also currently the president of Liberia.
Really?
Yes.
You're kidding.
No, his father, George
Wow.
Weah, very famous soccer player, was one of the best ever. Currently the president of Liberia.
But he grew up here. I didn't How do
had
people end up on the
He had a
team?
kid with a woman in New York.
I
And
see.
that's Tim Weah.
love him.
Yeah.
He goes, he's just like, yeah, we meditate.
yeah. We listen to Drake. You're like, I listen to Drake. I meditate.
They're like, what are you playing this one? He's like, oh, Little Drake. I was like, I followed him right away. I'm following the most random players.
Embolo.
The goalie from Morocco is my favorite, Bono.
Bono.
Bono,
I
yeah.
love Bono. I followed the most random teams. The Spurs. Who is that?
Oh, God.
Are they bad? Are they bad?
Oh, you're off the show now.
Really? Are you bad? Are they
They
bad?
are the Red Sox to my Yankees.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And they are perennial losers.
Okay.
The
Well,
joke is that they don't need a trophy case because they never win.
I like that.
Yeah.
Their clips started popping up. I go, I'll give a follow.
You got to go Arsenal.
Is that the team?
That's my team. That's like the best.
Okay.
Don't-
I'm gonna. No, that's
Don't
okay.
say
so,
anything, Christian.
So that's our goalie. That's our goalie.
Yes.
Matt Turner.
Matt
yes,
Turner.
yes,
Who
played
you
for
said you
us.
wanted to say something about Matt
But
Turner.
now, do I? I don't know. Well, we were laughing because I kept going, he's so good. He's like
He's incredible.
I kept going, he's incredible.
Yeah.
And then the announcer starts talking about he was a baseball player, just decided he wanted to play soccer, walked on at Fairfield.
Yeah.
And I go, that's like America? They don't start him young.
Yeah. Everyone else on the team, yes.
Do they start young?
Yeah. Christian Pulisic
Yeah.
was already playing in Europe at like, what, 16, 17?
Really? Anyway, no, Matt
he
Turner's
moved when he was
so
like
good.
14.
Yeah, he moved over there when he was 14. Everyone else, yeah.
Matt Turner listens to the show.
Of course he does.
My boy.
yeah.
He's so good. Best player.
Yeah, he's incredible. But he was one of those players that was good at all the sports. There's a video of him at Fairfield, and they say, where do you see yourself in 5 years? He goes, hopefully working in an investment bank.
Wow.
Now he's 5 years later, or what, 6, now he's 28. So a couple years later, he's World Cup.
Wow.
It's incredible.
Incredible.
But one of the things that I don't know if you saw this girl on TikTok or video, it was a Moroccan girl, and so Bono, you mentioned the goalkeeper from Morocco. A lot of women have been pining over him. They find him very handsome,
really
very
cute.
He's very attractive.
Looking guy.
Really
and
good looking.
this Moroccan girl, her video went viral because she's like, I can't understand why all these women are simping for Moroccan men. They're the worst men. Don't do it to yourself.
Oh, wow.
So there's something that happens. World Cup, I think, ups the attractiveness
They look good.
of certain players, of certain countries.
It's the whole world watching. If you got a good fade, right?
Yeah.
You got to have a good fade, and you play well. You're getting a lot of camera time.
And it's probably the best looking sport because you can't, you have to be moving constantly. Like, you're just in good shape.
It's a good point.
Baseball players, you can just smoke a stick and then walk right out on that field.
Yeah.
Not a care in the world.
My grandfather tried to stop me from playing soccer when I was young. He showed me like fat baseball players. He goes, "Look, you have a chance." I swear to God, he was like,
I've said this a lot. I have this theory that you cannot be a professional soccer player if you're unattractive. There's so few that have made it through.
There's
Wayne Rooney was
Wait,
a-
who listens to the show?
Do you know
Like,
who
what
Wayne
can I
Rooney is?
say?
You can say whatever you want.
Okay, well, there's I found literally one mildly husky player in the entire World Cup.
Yeah,
He's on Poland.
yeah. There's not many.
He's just a little doughy. He's a little doughy, and that's like.
Yeah. I mean, look, there's some wildly attractive players, right?
Yeah.
And we, those the tens or whatever. But
Here's one of the greatest players of all time. This is when I'm showing Frex a young photo of when he played for Christian's favorite team, Everton. So he's 17 years old in this photo.
Okay.
I mean, but this is a terrible example. I'm
ready.
There's no better photo.
It's a 17-year-old kid, dude.
Yeah, but he's like 40 now.
I'm ready. This is entrapment, but I'm ready. Okay. Wait, what are we looking at?
How attractive.
Oh.
Not all. You don't have to be attractive to play this sport.
I'm just saying.
In no way, shape, or form.
You do. No, but you don't have to be, but it makes you attractive.
Okay,
Oh.
The physicality of
There
what you
it
have
is.
to do in the sport is what makes you attrective.
Mm.
here he
Plus-
is
plus-
3 years later. This is 23 years old.
Okay.
All right.
See what I'm saying?
Wait,
I
this is
think that-
old though. This is not a modern soccer player.
This is from like 10 years ago.
Yeah, this is not modern.
Okay.
It's more
so
than
now
10.
you got to be pretty. TikTok era.
Yes.
Yeah, now you got to be pretty.
They have literally.
There's a
but you
they
think the sport makes you pretty?
Yes, and I think that they're branding themselves in a way because seriously, because they're playing in the World Cup and it matters how they do here, how much money they get on their little teams, right?
Yes. Little teams is
I
hilarious.
love this.
So they're
Wait till you see Park
you
DeBruyne.
notice how they brand themselves, like they do the haircuts because of that, I
Right.
think.
They're
or
associated
they
with
have
certain
something,
haircuts,
they have like a thing
tattoos.
that makes them recognizable. This is what I believe.
This,
You should get into sports branding.
This is
Yeah, I should.
You could be an agent. You already know the ins and outs.
I'm thinking about starting a podcast for the Women's World Cup.
Yeah, you should on the Cooligans Network.
Yeah, can you do a sub podcast of
Why not?
Frex Hour for the women?
100%. And then when we get canceled, we will I guess have to find all new jobs.
Yeah.
We all
Yeah.
go back to the bar.
Yeah, we all go back to the bar where we don't recognize the World Cup.
Oh, you think you're going to get into the Women's World Cup this summer?
I'm gonna try. Is it fun? I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it as fun?
What time is it going to be? It's going to be dumb early, right? Because it's
Yeah, it's in
Australia.
Australia, New Zealand. So yeah, the kickoff times are going to be fairly early. I think.
This is
yeah.
another thing I think that's really working for the World Cup right now is the fall winter element. I think people need it now. You do not need this in the summer. Who's doing this in the summer?
Every other time
Like,
it's happening in the summer.
I know, but just for your average person,
Yeah.
they don't need this. People need this right now. People are hanging on by a thread. They need this.
Mental health wise, you think it's important to have this in the winter?
I think people can invest right now.
Yeah.
The year is winding down. You're lost at sea.
Mm-hmm.
Grab onto the World Cup.
You spend all your
We'll bring
money.
you home.
It's free. Turn on the TV.
And then I think the fact that they play at night really works for them because it makes it feel more epic, whereas the daylight games feel very rec league.
Yeah.
I don't think they should be playing in daylight.
Games with sun.
No.
She don't like it.
Yeah, some of these kickoff times in the local time, like this, the Argentina-Netherlands game ended in the day after.
After midnight.
Wow.
Yeah.
After midnight. So.
I wonder what time they wake up.
The players?
Yeah, you think they party over there? No.
I mean,
they don't take a chance.
We'll find out like in a month or two. We'll start to get pictures leaking of them.
Do you think they
partying.
even drink though? Or it's like they have to be physical top.
No.
Yeah, but some players don't really care.
They don't care. Even these guys, but they have to be. They're not.
There's a player
players.
named Jack Wilshere who's one of my favorite players ever for Arsenal. He was known for smoking an entire pack of cigarettes in the showers after the game.
Wow. To open the lungs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whatever. A man after your own heart.
Yeah. You always got to open the lungs. I'll smoke a cigarette right now.
Open the lungs. I know the doctor. I know that's medical terms.
It's medical advice. Medical advice. Open the lungs.
Dr. Frex weighs in again.
Well, listen, Frex, this has been
so
amazing. Where can people watch the show? Where can people follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram at Lil Frex, LILFREXXX. That's Lil Frex with 3 X's. Okay, we put out a lot of content over there.
It's not what you think, but also it's not what you think.
It's not, it's not. 3 X's is misleading. It's not sexy at all. It's like literally floating head videos.
It's you with a pizza box sign behind you, giving people advice.
It's exactly.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
If you want to watch League of Their Own, it's on Amazon Prime. Shout out Jeff and
Bezos.
Yeah. JB.
At first, I thought maybe this is the producer of the show. No, it's your homie Bezos.
He's sort of like one of the billionaires, not totally embarrassing themselves at the moment. So that's not,
give him
bad.
time.
Yeah,
He'll get there.
Jeffy B.
He'll get there. He's young.
They're good dude. Cubano, Cuban.
Who?
Cuban. Jeff Bezos.
Oh, good for
Look
him.
at that.
There you go.
Give me some of the money, Jeff.
Damn, bro, you claim him? I didn't realize.
$billion? Yeah, no, you hit a Billy. We cousins. That's how it works. Thank you, everybody. Flex, ladies and gentlemen.
Flex, no. Try again. You sound like the 40-year-old woman. You're like, Lil Flex, Lil Frat.
I used to do a show with a guy named Flex, so that messed me up. Lil Frex, everybody.
Thank you for having me. An honor.
Cheers.